drop down.
Wait, I'm checking it out.
When you click on that, there's a video setting.
Choose background or video settings में जाना है.
हाँ,
Okay.
उसमें प्रोफाइल दिख रहा है.
No, there's general, there's video, audio, background, statistics, about.
Okay.
Statistics.
Oh, I have this wherein profile is visible, and on that I can make changes. Let me check if I can do for you.
Maybe because I'm not like I'm just a panelist, right? It's not
Can you
my.
turn your video on? Let me see if I can do that.
Wait, camera accessibility. What are you? This is not. Can you do anything in that case? Wait, let me see if I can. No, I still don't see profile or anything.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, Miss Saparna. Hi, Gautam ji. Hi, Mr. Prashanta. Hi, Prateek ji. Hi, Simran. Hi, good evening. How are you? I hope you're doing great today. We will soon be starting the webinar. Let's just give 2 minutes of time for all the participants to join, and we will be starting. Meanwhile, what I can expect is an active participation from your side, and all the concerns and answers you can drop in the chat box. We will start the webinar soon. Can you just let's get to know each other a little better. Uh, can you all drop down and everything on chat wherein can you just tell me where are you from? So I am Dhruvi and I am from Mumbai. Hi, Mr. Aditya. Hi, Aditya, you're from Delhi. Hi. Hi to Maitri from Hyderabad. Hi, Sonali ji. Hi, how are you? Hi, Gautam. You're from Kolkata. Welcome to the webinar. Aparna is from Pune. Wow, that's diverse. Hi, Mr. Prashanta. Hi, how are you doing? We'll just wait for another 1 or 2 minutes and then we'll begin with our webinar. It's good to see you all here. We'll just wait for another 2 minutes. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, welcome to the webinar. So we have an interesting topic for today, and what I need is an active participation from your end, wherein we'll be asking a lot of questions. I need you to answer them in the chat box like you did right now. If there are any concerns, any question that you have, you can definitely drop those in the chat box as well. Also, what you can do meanwhile is join us for this exciting update by joining our community on WhatsApp. All of the links and everything which is upcoming will be put up on the chat. So please keep a lookout for it. I think we will wait for a minute and then we can start with the webinar. It's good to see a lot of people are joining in. So Simran has asked, how can I join the community? We will be putting up the link. I think the link is on the chat box. You can just click on the link and join the webinar, join the community, and all of the updates regarding IBS, regarding the upcoming webinars, all of this will be put up on the community. So you will be more connected and closer to us. So in case of any updates that we are to give to you, it will be available. Good evening, everyone. Hi, great to see you here. Hi, Mr. Sanjay. It's good to see you. So, uh, as you know, that the topic is about stress. Can somebody just drop a one-liner of what stress is? If anybody knows what stress is, of course, we'll be taking up in the webinar. But I want to understand how much you know about what stress is and what can it cause. We all just know that stress is something when if there's some important event, if there's something that we want to do, that's when we get worked up a lot, wherein we don't know what to do, or we get cold hands or feet, wherein we are scared about the situation that's upcoming. Absolutely, tension about anything, anxiety, absolutely correct. This is basically what stress is. We'll be learning about a lot, many things about what stress is and how it affects IBS. I think we are good to go. Hi, Prashanta, you're from Kolkata. The daily life is stress. I love this answer. Of course, life has a lot of events which does cause stress. Okay. So starting with our webinar today, welcome everybody. Good to see you here. So as you all know what the webinar today is all about, the role of stress on IBS symptoms, right? So I am Miss Dhruvi Shah. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm a lead coach nutritionist here at DailyBloom, and I have assisted over 1,500 patients for IBS. So let's start with a surprising fact. Did you know that 44% of people with IBS experience anxiety? That's strange, right? I do see people writing down the answers at it can lead to nervous breakdown, work pressure, absolutely correct. So stress, it just doesn't affect your mind, but it also wreaks havoc on your gut too. Today we will be discovering on how does stress uh, and what can we do to break the stress cycle. So the reason why I'm stressing on the word stress is because it plays a very important role in managing IBS. Now, what basically is IBS? It is irritable bowel syndrome. What happens is upon consuming certain high FODMAP food, it does not get digested in the gut correctly and moves on to the intestine, where it is broken down and stays there for a longer period of time, which is ideally not the spot for the food to be digested. When the food stays there for a longer time, it causes inflammation of the linings. And because of these, there are symptoms that are observed like abdominal pain, bloating, altered bowel habits, constipation, diarrhea, or a combination of both. So 75% of Indians still lack a formal medical diagnosis. So if you know anybody suffering from these symptoms, do connect with them, do help them out as well. Having said that, there are several factors that are thought to contribute to its development, but one of the major factor is gut-brain connection disruption. So it is important to understand the science of why stress affects IBS and the gut-brain axis. Like everybody rightly said that they experience abdominal pain or feels like passing motion right before an important event or a meeting, or has anyone come across or experienced digestive issues during stressful times, or if you have to deal with a larger audience, or have you ever noticed a connection between your mood and the gut? So all of these basically are the cues that your body is giving to make us understand how your brain is related to the gut. So the gut brain axis is like a communication highway between your stomach and the brain, allowing them to talk to each other. It affects how you feel, both physically and emotionally, as well as things like stress or diet can impact digestion and mood. So simply put, a healthy gut helps keep the brain happy and vice versa. But enough about me talking about stress. Let's hear from our stress and IBS relation from our expert, Miss Aishwarya Jadhav. She's a lead coach psychologist here at Daily Bloom, and she's assisted over 800 patients. So, hi Aishwarya, can you explain us about what gut-brain axis is and the role of vagus nerve?
Hi, Dhruvi. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be here talking to you all. It's really good to see so many people interested in, just bettering their health. As Dhruvi mentioned, the gut-brain axis, as she mentioned, is a connection, like a communication highway connecting your gut and the brain, right? So it's like a two-way street where messages are constantly being passed from the gut to the brain and from the brain to the gut. It involves a network of nerves, hormones, immune system messages that essentially allow these two parts of the body to talk to each other. So what happens in your gut can affect your brain, and what happens in your brain can impact your gut. So if you're feeling stressed, anxious, frustrated, irritated, your body will release certain chemicals and hormones that can affect the nerves and muscles in your digestive tract, which leads to IBS symptoms and flare-ups. The role of vagus nerve. So, the vagus nerve is a key part of the gut brain axis, acting as a communication link between the brain and the gut. It helps regulate the digestion and keeps the digestive system working smoothly. So, in people with IBS, the vagus nerve often doesn't function properly, which can make stress more worse and lead to more gut problems like pain, like bloating, and irregular bowel movements.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for this insight. I think we understand stress a lot more better. Let's just look at a video to understand the stress symptom cycle.
If you've ever felt anxious before a big meeting or a difficult conversation, racing mind, sweaty palms, panicky and flustered, along with your stomach in twists and turns, you are not alone. We've all felt this way. This is your gut brain axis in action, a communication link that remarkably syncs your emotions and your gut health. To give you more context, the gut brain axis is a complex network connecting your mind to your intestines. Trillions of tiny microbes in your gut also join this conversation, impacting your digestion, mood, and even your daily choices. Your gut houses the enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain. It controls digestion and sends signals to the brain, influencing your emotional and mental well being. If you've ever felt anxious before a big meeting or a difficult conversation, racing mind, sweaty palms, panicky and flustered, along with your stomach in twists and turns.
So that was an interesting video. Let's make a session a little more interesting. I will ask a few questions to you. What can be done is you can write down the answers that you feel is correct in the chat box, and Aishwarya here can help us with the correct answer and explanations. So the first question is, your gut is your second brain. Is it A, which is yes, B, no, or C, don't know? Okay, I get a lot of don't know. Anybody else with any other answer? A, yes. Okay. All right. I also see a no. Okay. So Aishwarya, can you just help us understand which is the correct answer here?
Definitely. The correct answer is yes. The gut is often called as a second brain. And the reason is that it has its own system of nerves, which is called the enteric nervous system, which has about 100 million nerve cells that can work entirely on its own, independent of the brain. And this system controls digestion, like how food moves through the intestines and how digestive juices are released. And the gut also talks to the brain through the vagus nerve, as we mentioned before, and other signals affecting how we feel and handle stress. It also produces important chemicals like serotonin, which helps control our mood. So, this close link between our gut health and our feelings is why we refer to the gut as a second brain.
Wow, that's wonderful. I think only a few answered yes, and now you know which is the correct answer. Moving on, can you help us answer these questions to understand what stress is a little better? The first question is, why chronic stress leads to persistent gut problems like IBS?
That's really a good question. So, when you're under chronic stress, your body remains in a state of fight or flight, which suppresses digestion. Over time, this suppression weakens your gut function, leading to symptoms such as diarrhea, bloating, abdominal pain, constipation, which are, as you know, classic signs of IBS, right? In addition to this suppression, chronic stress can also affect the communication between your gut and the brain, which can make your gut more sensitive to pain and discomfort, which is a common concern in IBS. Over time, stress can also alter the balance of bacteria in your gut, leading to further digestive issues. Stress can also weaken the gut lining, allowing harmful substances to kind of leak into your system, causing inflammation. So, not only does stress slow down your digestion, but it also sets off a chain reaction that worsens gut health and keeps IBS symptoms persistent.
Oh, that's interesting how it is interlinked, that and learning about it is much more important to manage IBS. So
Exactly.
moving on to the next questions, what signs should people look for to understand if stress is causing their gut issues?
Right. So, if symptoms that are classically IBS symptoms, which is diarrhea, constipation, pain, bloating, if they tend to worsen during or after stressful periods, it's definitely a strong indicator, right? And then another clue is having irregular bowel movements with alternating diarrhea and constipation, which is also common in stress-related gut problems. Additionally, increased gut sensitivity, where even normal digestion feels uncomfortable, could signal stress involvement. Stress related gut issues also come with other obvious signs such as feeling tense, feeling anxious, or having difficulty in sleeping.
All right, that was a great answer. Thank you, Aishwarya, for that. So, let's do one thing. Let I will let you all answer a few questions to understand that what happens actually when there is stress. Okay, but before that, did you also know that 90% of serotonin, that is the happy hormone, is actually produced in the gut and not brain? Aishwarya, do you have anything to comment on this?
This is actually a very, like a lot of people find this to be a very surprising fact, right? Because you wouldn't expect such a high number of, such a high percentage of serotonin to be produced in the gut. But this high production in the gut not only influences digestion, but also has an impact on our mood and overall mental well being due to the strong connection between the gut and the brain. And it helps regulate the movements of food, ensuring proper digestion and nutrient absorption as well.
Right. So we do know now where the serotonin is produced from and how the linking of our gut and our mood and brain, all of this is connected. So let what we can do is answer these questions for us to understand how your symptoms are like. So just take a moment to think about your own life. How often do your gut symptoms flare up when you are stressed? Or what is the one thing that you could do to change or manage the stress a little better? Share your thoughts in the chat. What uh, Please answer the questions. How often do your gut symptoms flare up when you're stressed? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it often? This is so that we understand what or how many times in the week do you get the symptoms because of stress. A lot of, okay, I see daily, I also see often. So all this could be different for everybody, because somebody who is stressed or worked up most of the times will feel a symptom or a flare up on a daily basis, versus if somebody is stressed only before a specific event or something, they'll see only weekly. But here I see a lot of answers which are daily. Okay, all right. So the next question is, which of these triggers do you think impacts your gut health the most? Is it work stress? Is it relationship stress? Is it lack of stress, or is it eating habits? You can drop down your answers. We will understand a lot better. For me, generally, it does happen due to work stress, is because working from for a longer period of time, or just taking stress where which is on a simple task as well, does make me worked up. I see work stress. Food, yes, food also does impact, and it causes triggers, definitely. Eating habits also causes triggers. That is absolutely correct. So now that we know about what and how stress affects IBS, Aishwarya, can you just tell us some techniques about breathing exercises or simple activities to activate the vagus nerve?
Sure. So there are many practices and many techniques, exercises that you can use, right, into or like you can incorporate into your daily routine to help with reducing stress, to promote relaxation. Um, Breathing exercises especially help calm the nervous system by activating the parasympathetic response, which alleviates stress. And mindful meditation is also really beneficial as it promotes present moment awareness and reduces body's stress response. But other than that, you can also really, you can apply regular physical activities such as yoga or walking, which also helps lower stress hormone, which is cortisol, and improve overall mood and regulate digestion. Progressive muscle relaxation is also one technique that I personally recommend a lot. Because it can ease muscle tension, which is often heightened during stress and can have an impact on your gut. I do have one particular technique that I wanted to talk about. It's very simple, and if our participants are interested, we can go through it together. It hardly takes like a minute or two, and I can go through the steps and explain how it goes.
Definitely, I think our participants are eager to perform the activity, which will actually help them reduce a little stress.
Right. So, the first step in this is to find a comfortable position. So, you want to sit or lie down in a relaxed position, keeping your spine straight but your shoulders relaxed, right? And then, second step is to inhale slowly. So, breathe in through your nose for a count of four, letting your belly expand as you fill your lungs, right? Then, you want to hold the breath. Gently hold your breath for 4 to 5 seconds, after which exhale slowly. So you want to breathe out through your mouth for a count of 6 to 8 seconds, focusing on making your exhale slow and controlled. Remember, you're breathing in through your nose and exhaling out of your mouth. You want to repeat this cycle of inhaling, holding, and exhaling for about 2 to 3 minutes. This slow breathing stimulates the vagus nerves and reduces stress and promotes relaxation. And the amazing thing about this is that it only takes 2 minutes, right? So you can do this anywhere. You don't have to worry about if you're in your office, in like a cubicle, or you're traveling from work to home, or you're just relaxing at home.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. Amazed that how such a simple technique like this can have a huge impact. Just taking out 5 minutes of the entire day to focus on your breath can rewire our gut-brain connection and reduce the stress-induced gut symptoms. That's super. So we are open to a few questions from the audience before we start our second part. So looking at the time constraint, we'll be taking up only few. So drop down your message, your questions. Aishwarya will be happy to answer them. I see one question. I can't stop thinking, overthinking, and most times this leads me to take frequent bathroom breaks. How can I manage this?
So, overthinking and constant worrying, I feel like, is something a lot of people are going through these days. Life has become a lot more harder than you can say about like 20 years ago. Stress has become a part of our daily life, and the constant worrying, overthinking can actually activate your body's stress response, affecting your gut and leading to these symptoms such as frequent bathroom trips. So, managing this requires calming both the mind and the body. So, grounding techniques are particularly helpful here, as well as breathing techniques, as I mentioned. One of the grounding techniques that I recommend the most, and I personally used as well, is the 5 4 3 2 1 grounding technique, where you actively engage all your senses by identifying 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things that you hear, 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing you taste. So, this not only pulls your mind away from anxious thoughts or from negative thinking, from overthinking, but it also helps you to get back to the present moment, or even just taking a short mindful walk. So, when I say a mindful walk, that means where you focus on each step and your surroundings. And these techniques are very small, they don't take up a lot of time, and they're simple, but are actually very effective. So, definitely try this out to make sure that you are able to stop your overthinking, stop that negative thinking pattern, break the circle, and get back to the present.
Wow, these are really easy. I thought managing stress would be a lot difficult, but I think you're simplifying it for us. Also, to know more about these techniques or the updates and all of the webinars, upcoming webinars, please join the community, the WhatsApp community. The links will be shared on the chat box. Make sure you're joining those. Um, so now that we understand what stress is and how it affects the gut or the stress and gut connection, let's talk about a solution that addresses all of this in a holistic way, which is the Daily Bloom IBS care plan. So, Daily Bloom IBS Care Plan is a comprehensive 14-week program designed specifically for people suffering from gut health issues caused by either stress, food, lifestyle, etc. So basically, all of these things will be included in the program. It is a 14-week plan, and it has 4 phases. The first phase is the discovery phase, wherein understanding patient and patient's preferences, comorbidities, the goals, etc., is important. And the second phase is the gut cleanse phase. So basically understanding or eliminating what all the trigger foods that are there. So trigger foods include a variety of food. For some it can be different, for some it could be some other food, so providing alternatives for those. Now in the third phase, since we have eliminated a lot of major food groups, so adding them back into the reintroduction phase and adding the favorite food back is much more important. So that is the third phase, which is dedicated to reintroduction. And the fourth phase is sustenance, wherein after understanding about your triggers, what all foods are tolerated correctly, we chart out a diet plan which you can follow for a longer period of time without facing symptoms. So this is how the app looks like, wherein we first take a detailed dietary recall, allergies, what all do you have in the entire day to make a plan or customize the plan in a way which is easier for you to follow rather than it being random, wherein it becomes quite difficult at times. It will be a 7-day plan, so thinking about what to make tomorrow, what to do the next day is out of question because it will be planned for an entire week. There will be yoga modules available, even mental relaxation techniques, tracking your worksheet or your progress, the videos on progressive muscle relaxation, which our wellness coaches will be talking about. So the muscle relaxation techniques, it also has cue controlled relaxation, countdown relaxation, guided imagery, etc. There's also a feature of reporting flare up. So basically, whenever you have a symptom, you can immediately report the health coaches and they can get back to you in understanding what must have caused the flare up, be it your diet, be it your stress, or be it any other factor. There's also a feature of logging your meals to understand better and to make a better connection, to know that what you've been following throughout the entire week. So this is what the entire program looks like. So what are the benefits? You will have an access to personalized diet plan with over 1,000 plus recipe database, a regular psychologist and nutritionist consultations, yoga videos, informative webinars, and tools to track your symptoms and progress. One of the key elements of this plan is stress management. You'll be receiving breathing techniques, mindful training, and guidance from a psychologist to manage stress, like she just explained us in a very easy and a simpler way. This will be personalized and customized for patients to understand what their stress is or where it comes from, and then giving the techniques. We know that stress isn't going away, but the right way or the but with the right support, you can manage the stress and the impact on gut. So it has 14 weeks personalized plan, psychologist sessions, 10 nutritionist consultations, like I said, the recipes, monitoring and tracking, and 42 yoga training modules. Now we hear a lot of tests and tools for measuring our heart health, our liver health, our kidney functioning, etc., but none for our gut health. Did you know that a DailyBloom team has developed a specialized score test to understand about gut health a little better? So let's take our free test, free gut health test, and find out our individual scores. The link will be there in the chat box. I want you to start taking the test now, and let us understand where we stand. Keep dropping or commenting your gut health score in the chat box, and we will be guiding you of what is to be done. So the score link is already there in the chat box. Now know that anything less than 40 is something which needs an intensive gut care. So make sure you're dropping your chat scores. I see a lot of people dropping in their scores. That's great. That's absolutely amazing. But no, if your score is less than 40, that means your gut is in need of intensive care and you should join immediately. You can also join the community, the WhatsApp community. There are a lot of upcoming webinars, yoga sessions, live sessions that keep on happening. So you can join those sessions as well. I see score of 47, 31. That's great. All right, like I already mentioned, a score of less than 40 needs immediate care. So for those all people who have a lesser score, lesser gut score, I have an offer for you. So the value purchase is for 12,000, but today there's a limited offer. We are offering the DailyBloom IBS care plan at rupees 6,000 for the first 30 people who signs up. This offer is only valid for those attending the webinar today. So don't miss your chance. We have only 30 spots available and it is a one-time offer. The plan, which is for 12,000, will be reduced to 50%. That is only for 6,000. Again, like I said, it's a limited time offer. Only 30 seats are available. We aren't taking more than 30 slots. What you have to do is you just have to use the coupon code stress free to opt the plan for 6,000. The code stress free is what is because today's topic was about stress and IBS. So make sure that you're using the code stress free to avail the plan at 6,000 instead of 12,000. We just have 10 minutes of time and only 30 slots available. The code is stress free. Let me just walk you through how to avail the program at 6,000. So there's a link in the chat box. What you can do is open the chat box, check out the link, click on the link. Once you do that, you just have to enter your phone number, your name, your city, and of course the coupon code for today, that is stress free, which is just today's special code, stress free, to avail the program in 6,000 rupees. When you click on next, once you do that, you see all the options: UPI card, the net banking, credit card. Choose your preferred mode to avail the discount. Click on the link, secure your spot, and start taking control of your gut health today. The entire program is only in 6,000 instead of 12,000. There are only 30 seats available. I already see 2 programs purchased. Congratulations and welcome on board. Know that this is a one-time opportunity, so make sure that you are availing this discount today itself. So we've designed this plan to be effective, easy, and personalized, so you can see results without an overwhelming change. The time to take action is now. So book your slots at rupees 6,000. The benefits remain the same. It includes nutritionist, psychologist, yoga trainer, fitness trainer, blood test, personalized diet plan, 1,000 plus IBS safe recipes, and all the 4 phases of your journey of 14 weeks, everything included in this. Like I said, we are only selecting the first 30 people and the pricing will be only 6,000. You can have an access to our app even after 14 week, which will give you the same access to recipes, meal plans, the yoga videos, the articles to keep your gut health. There are a lot of articles available to keep your gut health updated. Everything is included at rupees 6,000 only. I see there are only 25 seats left. Please keep on checking your chat box, there are links available. Just click on the link, and like explained, you can fill the details, the coupon code, which is stress free, and you can avail the plan at rupees 6,000. If you haven't been able to pay today, don't worry, our IBS buddy will reach out to you for further assistance, but connect before the code expires. I see somebody, okay, I am facing issue in making payment. Can somebody call me to help? Sharing number to host and panelists separately. Definitely what you can do is you can drop down your details in the chat box and we can get back to you. One of our IBS buddy will connect with you, and we will reach out to you and you can avail the code today itself. Just apply the coupon code of stress free and avail the plan for rupees 6,000. I see another payment which is made. What is
Okay.
next? How do I start? So we will be connecting with you soon. Our IBS buddy will be connecting with you soon, and we will be able, they will be able to guide you out through the entire journey. You soon will have a call connected with us, and we'll be guiding you through the entire journey. So once again, before it expires, avail the plan at 6,000. The code is stress free. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you gained valuable insight. Managing stress and gut health isn't easy, but with the right tools, you can make a huge difference in life. We look forward to seeing you in the Daily Bloom program. Have a great day, and keep in mind the code is only for today, only limited to 30 people, and the coupon code is stress free. Thank you. If there are any questions, you can drop in the chat box. We'll be happy to assist. Meanwhile, you can also drop down your details. We'll connect with you. All right. Thank you, everybody.